Have you ever seen the John Cena prank call?
You mean the one where the guy keeps calling him and goes, "It's John Cena!" Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yes, I have once, 1,000,000 times. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing tonight? Gosh, what a fantastic turnout. Thank you for a wonderful day so far. I've been able to meet so many folks and hear so many stories, and my stay in Denver has been fantastic. I got to warm up with some great coffee today and have a great experience with you guys, so I'm very excited for this.
What do you think about like the disabled community within WWE, and how does it impact your experiences with meeting fans from both Mentorship and just people who love to meet you in real life?
Bob, thanks for sharing, and excellent question. I think WWE is a great forum for fans of all walks of life to be able to come and escape. And it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you're from. When you walk into a WWE arena, I don't know if there's some folks who've ever been to a live show. We just want everybody to make noise and enjoy. So at WWE, I think it's a great platform to welcome everyone. So thank you for your question, Bob. I appreciate you.
At what point did you decide that you wanted to go from like pro wrestler to professional actor?
Really not my decision. I got run out of the movie business once for making too many bad movies, and then I got another chance, and I'm very grateful for that. I learned from my failures in the past that I was split two different ways. I was doing movies, and I wanted to be in a wrestling ring. I was in my 20s. I was world champion, and I really was just enjoying my life in WWE, and I started to do movies to bring more business to WWE, and that wasn't the right path for me. And then I got a chance doing some movies as Fred's dad. I got to live in a refrigerator, and that was the first time that Brian Robbins ever took a chance on me to laugh at myself and enjoy. And after that, I realized that if I was going to commit at all to anything outside a WWE arena, I should do so with the passion I commit in that arena. So since then, every chance that somebody's ever taken on me, I just want them to know that they'll get my all, and it's been worthwhile. But great question. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What is your favorite storyline and other person within the WWE that you've worked with in your career so far?
You know what? This I hate to be topical, but I'm just going to do it. The farewell tour, because it's something that's never been done. And being able to do something, a pro wrestling retirement is like a pro wrestling wedding. Like, you're never going to have a wedding, somebody's going to fight, it's never going to happen. So the pro wrestling and retirement don't always go together. But early on in my career, I made a promise to everybody who shows up and gives their all that once I was a step slower, I would let the young and gifted talent flex their muscle, and that time is now, so it's time to step away. You guys will know that I'm serious in January, when I don't come back wearing jorts and I'm in a suit. But I really like the concept of announcing you're going to retire about 6 months beforehand, and then going through a year. And I know in January people were confused about what was going on. In WrestleMania, they didn't know if that was my last match, or then the day after in Vegas when we started to do the date thing, people still didn't understand. I think now that we got 15 left, people are they kind of understand that it is coming to an end. And having met all you guys today and heard your stories and heard your passion, I'm so grateful to be surrounded by folks where, you know, the little work that I've done has affected you in a certain way, and that makes me feel good. But I think traveling this road, man, it's uncharted territory, so let's see where it takes us, right?
Hello, I just want to say I loved you and Fred. You're kind of like a variety actor, so I wanted to see if you had any advice for actors who want to kind of get into like a variety of different things, like any advice you would suggest.
I will open the net of advice for anyone. It sounds like you're chasing your passion, right? I've been asked a few times in line, hey, I'm trying to get in the wrestling business. How do I get in the wrestling business? Decide how passionate you are about it. If you want to live in a refrigerator, or if you want to be an extra just to learn the craft, or if maybe opportunities that are handed to you aren't necessarily in front of the camera, there's tons of roles in production and development. If you love the movie business and you love the TV business, man, there's a whole lot of lanes you can be in to help that business out. If you love the wrestling business, not every person is going to stand on the canvas in WrestleMania, but you can still contribute to the sports entertainment business. So my advice to you is certainly work on your craft, but also figure out how much of a passion it is. If you're an actor, and heck, there's got to be a local theater around here. You know, you don't necessarily need to get a check to have passion about it. When I started out wrestling, I did not get paid. I went into deeper debt to pay to learn how to wrestle, and I used to pay my way into shows. And I would have stayed doing that because it was a wonderful hobby of mine. It was my passion. Opportunity dealt me some different cards, and I've tried to play them the best I can, but if it's something you really like to do, just do it and find ways to keep doing it, and that'll help hone your craft.
I'm a huge Eddie Guerrero fan, so my question to you is, when you had that match with Eddie, what did you learn, or what advice did he give you that you would like to give or pass forward to any aspiring wrestlers, since you're hanging it up, that you would like to pass on?
Sure. For those of you who aren't WWE fans, we're going to go inside baseball a little bit. You're just going to have to bear with me. You saw one match with me and Eddie Guerrero. I was lucky enough to have a bunch of live event matches with Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero is one of the greatest of all time. And for those of you who don't know how WWE works, some matches are televised, some matches are not. So Eddie was one of the people that mentored me, and one of the last individuals who was an improviser. I take a lot of my skills from Eddie Guerrero because he was a genius. Not only was he brilliant in his execution, he knew when to do things, and what y'all don't know is he was just making it up as he went along. So he was that astute to the audience. The most influential thing I learned from Eddie Guerrero, and something I'll never forget, WWE went through a boom in the Attitude Era. And then all those guys, we fired Stone Cold, The Rock left, The Undertaker got hurt, we changed the name, the XFL failed. There was a lot of upside down stuff. We started SmackDown, and it had Kurt Angle as its anchor, but we brought Eddie Guerrero and a bunch of, like, Edge and me and a bunch of other new guys, and people were trying to find their way. Eddie was our champion for a certain period of time. And he used to tell me that it is the night when the fewest people show up that you have to work 10 times as hard, because the presence in that area isn't as strong. When I get a crowd like this, working the room is easy. If it's just you five in the front, I gotta give my whole self to you. Not that I don't, but it's on those nights where business is bad, do not ever, ever, ever phone it in. As a matter of fact, you work 100 times harder to get those people to go out and be like, yo, dude, you missed that show and you wanna go back the next time. He was a person that was able to weather the storm through some of those lesser attended events and still put on these spectacular matches. He took being the champion very seriously, and that's something that I'll definitely not forget under his tutelage. And he also taught me to listen to the audience. I'm one of the loudest talkers out there. If you're sitting close enough in the WWE show, you get the match before the match, but that's okay. Because the tool I learned from Eddie Guerrero is to listen to the audience, because they're the biggest piece of energy and they're the biggest star we have. And if you don't do something when they want you to do something, lose their attention. They'll be generous. They'll give you once or twice, but you lose them that third time, they don't care about your match. And Eddie was always so surgical about not only doing the right thing, but doing it at the perfect time. He taught me to improvise, he taught me to listen, and he taught me to work hard. Great question.
Hi, I'm a big fan of you and your work. I just started Peacemaker, and I was wondering what it was like filming the dance sequence.
Gosh, that's a great question. I'll give you a tale of two cities. So the dance sequence was written in the original script of the original episodic, and it was written as you see it. Like, we go through this crazy collaborative dance where we have no expression, and at the end we're breathing heavy, and you still see no expression, and Eagly swoops in, and the days we filmed it for 2 days, and we thought it was the stupidest thing. And everybody was like too cool for school, but they eventually got some takes where we all got along and we all did practice. We all did this stuff. Season 2, man, you could tell the new members of the cast showed up and be like, this dance thing, what is this? And the season 1 members of the cast, like, yes, the dance. All right, I got my moves, I got my thing. You're good? We're good? All right, we're good, we're great. So I really appreciate you guys enjoying the dance so much, because gosh, we put our heart and soul into season 1, but man, did we prep for season 2. We got a new song and dance, and I hope y'all like it. So it's coming up pretty soon.
How did you choose your walkout music?
I started rapping on television. And they put me with a guy called Bull Buchanan. I refer to him as B squared. That's my homie. They gave me this like generic rap music. And boy, it was bad. Bad. So I'd walk out to it and I'd be like, shit, man, I could do better than this myself. So I literally, my cousin is in the New England hip hop circuit and he knew some friends who makes music. And I'm like, man, I got the middle of the week off. Can we make a song? And that's when we, like, in 3 days, we recorded Basic Thugonomics. And I handed it to the WWE at the time, and they were like, yeah, sure, we'll use this. It's a rap song, it's your voice, this is great. And then after it was kind of successful and people dug it and the character took off, I'm like, okay, we're gonna do a whole album. And as soon as I heard the beat for The Time Is Now, I'm like, man, that's the entrance music, because it sounds like entrance music.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned in your wrestling career?
Gosh, what great questions. Thank you, Alan. Okay, kids, on the count of 3, you're gonna have to cover your ears. 1, 2, 3. You guys can easily see through bullshit. Period. And I love the WWE audience for this. You are relentless in your pursuit of excellence. You show up and you demand our best. And if we ever phone it in, or if we ever come up small, or if our act isn't good enough or unbelievable, you let me know. And I like that because it forces me to be authentic. And there was a question before about reinventing myself. I disagree. I don't think I've reinvented myself. You guys have just allowed me to show you who I am. I'm a human being. I have anger, I have sadness, I have depression. I have excitement, I have love, I have happiness. And the more time we spend together, the more you allow me to show all that, and I really appreciate you. So the biggest lesson I've learned is don't waste time with bullshit.
Have you ever seen the John Cena prank call?
Have you ever seen the John Cena prank call? What do you mean by that? You mean the one where the guy keeps calling him and goes, "It's John Cena!" Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yes, I have once, 1,000,000 times. I've seen it 1,000,000 times. It's quite funny. It's very funny.
Who is on your Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
Mount Rushmore is Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and Roosevelt. That is my Mount Rushmore.
When you did the springboard stunner on WrestleMania 31 on Rusev, do you think you'll ever bring it back now?
Did you happen to see that match?
Yeah, I saw it.
So you know the answer is no, right?
Here I know, anything could happen, you know?
Yeah, anything could happen, but me and Gravity, I realized, are good friends. I thought, man, I'm gonna jump off the second rope and fly like an eagle, and I realized that I'm just not good.
It was good, though.
So you're the one guy that thinks it was good. I will tell you, and I know I'm promoting my competition here, I think Cody Rhodes has cornered the market on that maneuver.
What do you think of the Justice Gang in the upcoming Superman movie?
Ooh, I can tell you this, I am very excited for July 11th when Superman comes out. I know there's a lot of buzz around the movie. I figure this audience is either excited or skeptical, but either way, you're gonna go see the thing. I'm happy for my friend James Gunn. I know this is kind of the first step in his plan for the DCU. And gosh, if I know James, he tells a great story and he's bold. So I really hope, I know he's got his heart and soul in it, and I hope you guys love Superman. I'm really looking forward to it.
You had the final boss in your like heel story. Would you fight The Rock as the final boss as like your farewell?
Gosh, fantasy booking. For those who are not inside baseball, fantasy booking is when you take an idea in your head and you're like, man, it would be cool if. That's what I'm hearing here. Man, it would be cool if John Cena could fight The Rock one more time. And that, to me, that would be cool. I've survived and kept a level head over 25 years in the WWE by not setting expectations. By showing up every single day, doing what I'm told, and asking to do it to the best of my ability. Where I ask for freedom, where I ask for creative expression, is not in the selection of my opponent. It is in the process of how we put put forth the work to you guys. That way I can be accountable for all my failures. You guys say I buried the Nexus, I gotta shoulder that cross forever, because that's me. But there are some wins along the way. There's some people that's like, man, you're doing your best work now, and it seems like you're in a different place and all that, and I can live that triumph as well. I don't like to choose opponents because a lot of times that doesn't work out. What I like to do is get a plan and say, hey, well, as the artist, can I be creative with the plan? And I've earned enough trust that they'll let me do some stupid stuff, and I appreciate it.
My question is, what has been your favorite role you've played throughout your acting career for any movie or show?
Favorite role is Peacemaker, and I'll tell you why. Thank you so much. I was not James Gunn's first pick, and I like that. I like being the desperate last pick. I don't like being anybody's favorite. I was never first pick in WWE. I had a great run, and there was a point where if Cena wins, we riot. But gosh, that took like 10 years to inch towards, and I was never out of the chute being like, oh, you're the guy. I always had to earn it. I turned heel against Billy Kidman on Velocity, a program no one even remembers. So James didn't have me in mind first, and then he killed me in the Suicide Squad. And we had so much fun making that movie, he broke his rule of never bring back somebody you killed. So for someone to expect very little out of me and choose me last, and for me to make such an impression on such a brilliant creative mind that he breaks a cardinal rule that he has, and for us to go on to do good work together and develop a great friendship, man, that's one hell of a day at the office. What a way to end it, and I can't tell you how much of a pleasure it's been spending the entire day with you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for making my stay in Denver one to remember. Thank you for sharing all of your stories today with me. Thank you for being a great audience. Thank you for your questions. Sweetened breakfast cereal. Until next time, thank you very much, Denver.